Today, we're going to be talking about Hurricane Ida and the devastation it caused. My name is Hakeem Brown, and this is Pop City Culture.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother. Welcome to the most listened to international podcast around the world. Hakeem and Reggie Brown are two young African-American boys speaking the truth. This is Pop City Culture.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Oh my God, we got a good show for you today. We're gonna be talking about the hurricane, man. That was some devastating stuff, man. I ain't even kidding you, man. Hurricanes, man, that ain't no joke, man. But we're gonna be talking about that today on our show. I'm gonna pass the baton off to my brother from the same mother, Hakeem Brown.
Thank you, Reggie. It never gets old what you say.
Yo, man, that's because everything I say is new.
So, we're going to be talking about Hurricane Ida. And Hurricane Ida, that was pretty bad. What do you think about Hurricane Ida there, Reggie?
Man, what you think what I think, man? Hurricanes are like a devastation of like the universe and stuff. I mean, it's a whole lot of devastation, a whole lot of water, a whole lot of rain. And I mean, it's some dangerous stuff because we were watching on TV and everybody was getting...
So, Reggie, is this one of the first hurricanes you've ever been in?
No, are you stupid? Of course it's one of the first hurricanes. I remember all the other ones. Well, maybe there was another one, but I mean, I remember everything like that.
So,
you know what I mean? What?
What did you learn from this hurricane?
There's a lot of water. That's what I learned. I learned a whole lot of water and devastation.
Reggie, there's always going to be a lot of rain. I mean,
man, shut up. I said water.
From where we live in Massachusetts, so it ended up being like a tropical storm. So, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, man, you need to keep up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reggie.
What?
Shut up, Reggie.
Man, you shut up.
Anyways,
shut
everybody. You too, Reggie.
Yeah.
Anyways,
stupid,
hurricanes are very devastating. And for those of you who don't know what a hurricane is, maybe you live in the Midwest and it's something that you've never, ever heard. I mean, everybody's heard of tornadoes, right? Reggie, you heard of tornadoes, right?
Man, is there water in the desert? Of course I heard of tornadoes, They're big, they're devastating too, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, Reggie.
Man, they're devastating just
anyways,
like hurricanes.
A hurricane, what is a hurricane? It's a tropical cyclone and a rotating low-pressure system that has organized thunderstorms, but no fronts. I mean, it is pretty devastating. Anyways, the hurricane's a large rotating storm, like I said, with high winds and speed that forms over warm water and tropical areas. Hurricanes have sustained winds. Now get this. Are you listening, Reggie?
Oh, jeez, here we go.
Reggie, are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
Are you listening, my brother?
Of course I'm listening, man. What you think I'm doing? I'm right here listening to you.
Okay, hurricanes have sustained winds of at least 74 miles per hour and an area of low pressure in the center called the eye.
Say what?
So, hurricanes are no joke, especially if you're caught in them. We were watching TV.
Oh, yeah, we were.
Actually. Mm-hmm. And, we were seeing this on TV, and people were getting, blown away, man.
Man, they were definitely getting blown away, like in the movies, man, like way up in the space and in the universe, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, Reggie,
way
it's not
there.
like in the movies. People don't get blown up in the air.
Shut up, man. It was like in the movies. Just like the movies
about a tornado.
Man, you need to shut up. I know what I'm talking about. I didn't say tornado, did I? I said hurricane. It's like shut up and move
Moving
on.
right along,
man,
Reggie.
I said move on. What?
Everybody says, well, what causes the hurricane? What exactly causes it?
Global warming, man.
So, like we said, when warm, moist air over warm water rises, it is replaced by cooler air. If there's not enough warm water, the cycle will continue and the storm clouds and wind speeds will grow, causing a hurricane to form. So, it is pretty devastating. And the difference between a hurricane and a typhoon is this. Once a tropical...
What?
Once a tropical...
Man, are you good there, man? It seems like every time we be getting on our show, you got to be clearing your throat. You need some water or something? You need some water? I will get some water.
A tropical cyclone is a generic term used by meteorologists to describe a rotating, organized system of clouds and thunderstorms that originate over tropical or subtropical waters and has closed low-level circulation. Now, the weakest tropical cyclone are called tropical depressions. And if a depression intensifies such that its maximum sustained winds reach 39 miles per hour, the tropical cyclone becomes a tropical storm. Now, once a tropical cyclone reaches maximum sustained winds of 74 miles per hour or higher, then and only then, what is it called, Reggie? Reggie, do you know what the magic word? Do you know what it is called?
Is it a hurricane? Hakeem, is that the word you're looking for? A hurricane?
That's right. It's called a hurricane. So hurricane, typhoons, or a tropical storm, depending on where the storm originates in the world. In the North Atlantic, Central North Pacific, and Eastern North Pacific, the term hurricane is used. So now everybody here knows what a hurricane is.
Well, thank you, Professor Hakeem. I guess now we know it all.
So, well, like we said, we had Hurricane Ida, and it really caused some devastation. It was like all over the news.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I ain't never seen devastation like this in my life.
I've never seen nothing like it.
No, I didn't see it in my life.
I always wonder what happens to all the animals. I mean, I know in the wintertime, birds fly south, because they know something's coming. So I wonder, I'm beginning to think maybe animals might have a special sense that, hey, they know a hurricane's coming, so they're going to get out the way and hide or do something. But, it's really tough because hurricanes, it's water. And if you live near the ocean or by the ocean, that's a lot of flooding. Reggie, do you know that? Do you know about flooding?
Man, of course I know about flooding, man. In our last house, the basement got flooded, didn't it?
Yeah, our old house, we lived in a flood zone.
Yeah.
I guess we're just now knowing that because I read something on it. Because, we always go on the internet and then look at the specifications of our last house, which actually got sold. And yeah, it was in a flood zone. Being in a flood zone, you get a lot of flooding. So hey, I guess we know what it's like to go through a flood, right, Reggie?
Man, of course we do, you idiot. Didn't we just say that, man? We lived in a flood zone. Man, we're supposed to say something.
Reggie, what are you eating over
stuff.
there?
I'm chips, man. What you think I'm eating, man? Chips and some gummy bears, man. You know what I'm eating this, man. What you just shut mind your own business, get on with your own show, man. Stop talking to me and get do your own thing.
So me
man.
and my brother, when we were looking up stuff for this podcast, we were looking at pictures of hurricanes from a bird's eye point of view, up in space. And I mean, it looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. It's really, if people ever really get to go on the internet and they see it, it's really amazing when you see how nature, can actually make something of this force and devastation. It's something. You never see anything like it, but it's great that we have technology nowadays that can show us and help us when it comes to
what?
Natural
disasters, you mean?
That's the word I'm looking for.
Disasters. Disasters, stupid.
Natural disasters.
Man, that's
Shut
what
up,
I just
Reggie.
said.
So,
you're an idiot.
Anyways,
go on.
The hurricane aftermath,
Mm-hmm.
Ida, it was really bad. And, in the aftermath, Louisiana area, that was hit hard by Ida. And they're still recovering there. I can't imagine. I mean, if you saw the houses, I don't know if the houses are made cheap down there, or if they just throw them up.
Man, you know what I heard? I heard that the construction people down south, they make the houses out of paper. Man, what you think of that?
These houses look like they're made out of paper.
Man, that's what I just said. Man, you're doing it again.
It's just
I ain't even saying
so,
it. I'm done with you, man.
Here it is. Louisiana, I'm going to read this to you. Louisiana officials are discussing new ways to safeguard areas outside the state's flood protection system that suffered severe destruction from Hurricane Ida's brutal landfall. We have got to fundamentally change the way in which we are thinking about protecting those areas, particularly Grand Isles, said Chip Klein, executive assistant to the governor for coastal activities. Sand dunes of the Gulf side of the island
and what, man? And what? Spit it out, man. And what?
Segmented breakways are not going to cut it. So we're going to be working with the Corps of Engineers and our congressional delegations to look at new strategies on how we can provide better protection, more resilient protection, and strengthen structures around Grand Islands of Lafayette, Klein said. So if you were to see this, I mean, the pictures are just, I mean, it looks like something out of like a movie, like a dystopian movie. I've never seen nothing like. Have you seen anything like this, Reggie?
Man, I'm looking at it right now. It's a picture, ain't it, idiot? What you think?
So they also said, I want the people of Lafayette and Grand Isle to know that this governor and state coastal program are not going to forget about those areas, said Klein, who is also the chairman of the Louisiana Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority Board. So I'm looking at some of these pictures here, Reggie, and it looks like a lot of these houses are made on stilts. So maybe they're prepared for something like this. But the bottom line is, I think if they're on stilts, then they know that's an area of flooding. So I'm looking. This is amazing. There's a guy here. Oh my God, it's really something. But I do want to say that hopefully the next time something like this happens, people can be a lot more prepared. But
Man, a whole lot prepared, but you interrupted
Reggie,
me.
do you got something to say?
Of course I got something to say, man. What you think? Every time I got something to say, it seems like you always be trying to interrupt me, man. And I got some intelligent stuff to say. Like maybe they should really be doubly prepared next time. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna have to agree, Reggie. You would think, hurricanes. This isn't just a one in a million year thing. We've had hurricanes every year. So why are they just now saying that?
Man, you good? Man, you need some water or something? Man.
Yeah, Reggie, I could use some water.
Here, man, take some of mine, man. I got enough to spare.
Oh, thanks, man.
Man, you're welcome, my brother. Now get on with it.
Why are they just now saying that now they're going to take it serious, or now they're going to try to change things? I mean, this is stuff that should have been changed a while ago. They should be better equipped than this. So I don't understand why now all of a sudden, or is this the same rhetoric you hear every year?
Man, it's the same political rhetoric, man. They just like be flapping their lips to their constituents, hoping that they're gonna be getting the next votes, man.
Yeah, Reggie. So
what?
Now here's the other thing.
What's the other thing? Tell me.
When we were watching a lot of the stuff on TV,
Yeah, go on. Uh-huh.
they had showed New York. New York was hit hard. Oh my God! If you had a scene, sorry, I got something in my throat.
Man, you might need more than water. You might need a doctor.
If you guys had seen New York, I mean, it flooded the subways. The subways were like flooded. I've never seen nothing like
Man,
it.
and I think there's homeless people who living down there in them subways too. I feel bad for them. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, Reggie, I'm sure there are like homeless people who live down there. But the bottom line is, I just New York was hit hard, man. New York's been getting hit. New York has.
Man, we need to be taking a break. You sound like you dying over there, man.
The thing about New York is they seem like they're always getting hit by something, man. They've had some bad luck the last couple of years, man, especially with this COVID thing. But geez, you look at this thing, it was like unreal. It just wiped out a lot of things in New York. But if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. That's usually what they say.
Who says that, man? Who is this they, man? I don't know what you're saying. All I know is what they say in the commercial. Are you talking about the commercial, man? Because, man, you just like be going off on some like fantasy land or something,
a lot of people say, when you want to...
There you go, change the subject, ignore me.
When you want to prepare for a hurricane or a tropical storm, they always give people some advice, what to do. So when you prepare for a hurricane, I mean, you have to take a lot of steps. First, you got to make a plan. Hurricane season starts, and I don't know if people know this, it starts May 15th in the North Pacific and June 1st in the Atlantic and the Caribbean. It ends November 30th, but hurricane seasons each year make sure you and your family are prepared by planning ahead. So what you want to do is you want to write down an emergency phone number and keep them on the refrigerator or near every phone in your house. Program them into your cell phone too. What else do you do, Reggie?
Yo, man, you gotta like prepare an emergency supply kit, man. That's what you gotta do. You gotta, do all that stuff.
Well, Reggie, I know that, but do you have any idea what an emergency supply kit is?
Man, of course I do, man. It's stuff you put like in a box for an emergency. Like food and water and stuff, man. Some candy bars and like TV remote control and stuff.
Reggie,
you know what I'm saying? What?
You definitely want to get food and some water. So they do have things on the internet that says if you want some, if a disaster or catastrophe happens, you can get some food that's already prepared and made, emergency food. I don't know if you add water to it. Maybe we should do a show on that, how we should order some food and taste it and see what it's like. But yeah, they have food that lasts like 10 years. So if you're stocked up on food, but you definitely want to stock up on water too. And if you have medicine, you want to do that. Get some medicine. Because a lot of people do take medicine nowadays because of our poor eating habits, probably.
A lot of people got poor eating habits, man. What you think, man? Because people just love that food. Government knows that, but they don't want to stop that. Well, what else? What else you got?
And then if you have an emergency power source, such as flashlights, and don't forget extra batteries. So you'll want safety and personal items, and definitely important documents, including medical documents, wills, passports, personal identifications. It's also good to have like a fire extinguisher. Make sure your family knows where to find it, how to use it.
I don't know, man. We practice what we preach because I know we ain't got no fire extinguisher in the house.
So, a hurricane watch too. When this happens, it means hurricane conditions, sustained winds of 74 miles per hour or higher are possible in the area. A hurricane warning is more serious. It means hurricane force winds are expected. So, we should always take hurricanes very, very seriously. I know I do. I mean, after listening to this, do you take hurricanes seriously, Reggie?
Man, of course I'm going to take a hurricane seriously, man. You don't know what's going to happen, man. But when they be telling us there's a hurricane warning or whatever they want to call it, man, we be taking precautions. And even though we like in Massachusetts, man, we still got to make sure we going to be safe and we going to take all the necessary things we got to do.
Now, hurricanes, you really don't see hurricanes in the Midwest, do you?
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me?
Yes, Reggie, I'm talking to you.
Man, you got to be rude about it. But yeah, man, of course, I think in the Midwest, they get like blizzards and they get floods too and stuff, and tornadoes. You know what I'm saying?
During earthquakes, they always say, stay underneath, go underneath a table or something, or in the frame of a door. I mean, a hurricane, you just gotta buckle down. You gotta really buckle. Or
man, you gotta scream that, man. You over there scaring me. You know what I'm saying?
Or they always say evacuate the area. So if you know it's coming, you just got to get out the area because you never know what's going to happen because that house might fall on you,
Yeah, I guess I do know, man. That's just crazy, man. House falling on you.
Yeah,
you know
nobody wants a house falling on them. I mean, that's just crazy.
Oh my
and
God.
we
I just said that.
Like I said, we saw a lot of this stuff. Now, from Hurricane Ida, and that's what we're talking about, Hurricane Ida. New York, they had some death tolls, man. And, in New York, the metropolitan area, like I said, was struck by disaster. On a Wednesday night when remnants of Hurricane Ida flooded subways. Yeah, we said that. It flooded subways, roads, and homes. And at least 45 people were killed in New York and New Jersey.
My thoughts and prayers go out to all those people out there, man. My thoughts
and a total of 52 across the Northeast. And Ida was the worst natural disaster to strike the area since 2012 Superstorm Sandy. Now, President Biden has approved federal major disaster declarations for affected areas of New York and New Jersey. So this is good. He approved federal aid, and it will help. The president, he was scheduled to visit north central New Jersey town of Manville as well as Queens in New York to see the damage caused by the storm and speak with residents and officials. So, he's out there. That President Biden's got a lot on his plate right now.
Man, that dude's got a whole lot on his plate.
Afghanistan, a lot of people being left there, and when we left, but he's here working on this storm, which is good. And a lot of people, as always, they look towards the president for leadership.
Yeah, man. Well, that's why he's got that position and stuff. I mean, you got to look towards the leader of the country and the world for leadership, man. I'm saying this. He's doing a good job so far. You know what I'm saying? He's doing a good job.
Now, like we said, hurricanes are definitely they are no joke. So, a lot of people say hurricanes are caused by global warming. But a lot of people, but this is up in the air because, there's a whole lot of debate whether or not it is or not, because you have those who believe in global warming or the greenhouse effect or climate change, and those who just dismiss it and say a lot of that's nonsense or everything's in a cycle and it's just the way the world is. It isn't contributed by humans ruining the environment. So, we have to take that into account. But like I say, we try to see both sides of an issue so people know what's going on. And you know what? That is going to bring us to what, Reggie?
It is going to bring us to our segment we call The Words of Wisdom.
When a national catastrophe happens, we all feel it. It touches the lives of everyone we know and don't know. A natural disaster is something that we can't control, or can we? Some people believe that all this devastation from the hurricane is a direct result of global warming. They say that they have data to back up their claims. Others say that global warming is nonsense and everything is running in a cycle. The rest don't care. But does it matter how hurricanes really start? I mean, really and truly. It should matter more how we prepare for something like this. Prepare so the next time something like this happens, we know what to do and what to expect and be better prepared. My heart goes out to all those who lost their lives. No amount of words can comfort you, but this was not the first hurricane, and it surely will not be the last. But let this be the last time we are not prepared for something like this. I would hate to see something on this level happen again. These are my words of wisdom.
Thank you, Hakeem. And as always, your words of wisdom are riveting and compelling. And I'm really glad you had something good to say. You know, I have to agree. We don't ever want something like this to happen again. So take it away.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Pop City Culture. And thank you for making us one of the most listened to podcasts around the world. Our success is your success. You can download our past podcasts and enjoy them any time of the day, morning, noon, or night. I'll see you next time here on Pop City Culture. And as always, be kind and affectionate to one another. Remember whose you are. Peace.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, man, we should definitely be better prepared for hurricanes, man. That's just plain stupid not to be prepared, man, and all this devastation, man. They should be listening to Pop City Culture. Well, all right.